As Ukraine launched attacks around Belgorod, Russia says it's a distraction for Bakhmut loss. It's day 454 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. As there is lots of conflicting information, in this report I tried my best to put events in the correct order. As per report, yesterday a Ukrainian DRG unit launched an attack from Belgorod checkpoint along 14K4 highway. Sources said, the unit consisted of 2 tanks, 1 armored personnel carrier and 9 armored vehicles. They broke through the first defensive lines of Russian armed forces and reached the intersection point of Kazinka and Glotovo. Russian forces stationed around this area retreated to the next defensive lines. Then Ukrainian units split in 2 groups. One group continued along the highway, while the other group went to Kazinka. Both groups were able to reach their settlements quickly. From there, the first group continued on foot towards Gorapadel. It is possible that they also split in 2. In the meantime, Russian forces were alerted. So special forces along with other armed forces were moving to this area. Russian Mi helicopter around Belgorod was spotted. It was flying low and shooting thermal flares to avoid any detection, presumably moving towards Belgorod. In the meantime, Governor announced the evacuation of the civilians. Ukrainian forces managed to reach Belgorod, as fights were reported around the settlement. As a result, Russian authorities introduced CTO mode around Belgorod. At this time it was estimated that the Ukrainian DRG was up to 1 battalion size. When all this was happening, Ukrainians deployed several units around the border, which consisted of tanks, artillery, mortar, and drones. They were supporting the Ukrainian DRG unit around 3 settlements. Now Russian forces after reaching Granovo started engaging Ukrainian unit, while others moved towards other settlements. As Russia responded with high pressure, Ukrainians were forced to pull back. It was reported that around 39 Ukrainians were put out of service and many equipment were destroyed. Russians, after taking major control of the settlements, started a cleaning operation. But to their surprise, they found instead of pulling back, many Ukrainians had scattered and had taken positions in the houses. At this time it was reported that the cleaning operation would last the whole night, and it was requested of the citizens to stay in their house and not to interfere with the CTO. In the meantime, Ukrainians continued their shelling on the border areas. Ukrainian also attacked FSB headquarters with drone ammunition. As there are civilians in the area, Russian forces cannot use heavy equipment, so it was taking a very long time to clear. Most Ukrainian units have now entrenched themselves at various positions around the settlements. There was also a report of a hostage situation, but I cannot confirm this. Around this time, multiple Ukrainians' tank columns were spotted around the border. They also deployed an additional 3 units to the area to support their initial units. Among them was the infamous Kraken unit. Currently, those units have now strengthened their position around Glotovo and Kazinka. But Russian forces were successful in stopping their momentum. It is now estimated that only around 700 meters is under Ukrainian control. Currently, Russian forces are hitting them with drones and missiles. One strike was reported on the border checkpoint, which is controlled by Ukrainians. Now Ukrainian forces have also tried to enter from several other locations, but so far they are unsuccessful. It is more likely that the cleaning operation would continue for a couple of days. Many Russian sources are very critical that 1 battalion-size force was able to collapse the first defensive line. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.